This right here is the ECOFLOW River Pro that we originally got for camping to power our electric cooler, but we use it for so much more. It really powers pretty much anything from a shop vac. We've even used it with a portable induction burner, but it lasts a long time for normal use. It has a 720 watt hour capacity. And the amazing thing is that when you plug it into the wall, it'll charge from 0 to 80 in under an hour. You can also charge it by keeping it plugged into your car. So that's often what we'll do, usually plugged into the car's cigarette lighter while keeping the battery charger and then also powering our electric cooler. And then at night, when the car is not on, we will have it plugged in and this will last for at least 8 hours, 10 hours on the electric cooler. The way that it works is that it'll show you how many hours when you're using it, how many hours it'll last. So we're not using it, so it says 99 hours. The capacity is right here. The other amazing thing is that you can plug your solar panels into this to charge it up during the day when you're camping. Here it shows the input, so if you're using solar, it'll show you how many watts are being input or if it's plugged into the wall or to the cigarette lighter. And then the output is how much you're actually using, so you can kind of know, which is really a handy thing if you want to see how much wattage something is drawing. This is right here for plugging in your 12 volt accessories or power, so you can power your 12 volt items. You just have to turn each of these on. They'll be off by default when you turn on the battery. Then there's also USB charging in the front. There's a 100 watt USB-C charger and then also a fast USB-A charger. On the side here are 3 regular 220 watt plugs that you can plug into. And then there's also an port here so you can get a secondary battery that's slightly different than this. It's about the same size to double the capacity of this battery. On the other side here, this is where you plug in this to the wall, or this is for plugging into the cigarette lighter in your car or into a solar panel. And the fuse, if we ever plug in an induction burner, we set the power too high, it will trip the fuse so it doesn't damage it, and then you can just reset the fuse right here. There's also a handy light on the front, so if you're on the side of the road or if you have this on the table, it's a pretty bright LED light that you can light up a small area with, and it has a couple different settings, and it also has a blinking, so if you were on the side of the road and you needed to put this out for safety, you could do that. The app that it connects to is super nice. What you're able to do is remotely monitor and control and change the settings to this battery. So if you weren't right next to it, you would be able to check and make sure that it is still on and powering your devices, and then how much is left. You're also able to modify the amount that you charge this to. I don't always charge it up to 100%. Usually I do like 95%, but if you're not gonna need a whole lot, you can charge it less to have the overall life of the battery last longer. You're able to see individually how much each port is putting out. So if you have USB devices or the 220 or the 12 volt, it'll tell you how much power those items are using, which is kind of nice to know. You can use this as a pass-through device to power things at your house where the power might go out. So this plugs into the wall, it just stays on, and then you can plug devices in like a router or a small fridge, and if the power went out, this will power them. You have to make sure that this doesn't turn off because you can change the settings to have this automatically power off when it's not being actually used. Overall, this battery is amazing and we use it way more than I expected to, especially around the house, just for when you don't want to get a long extension cord. You can plug things into it and like a shop vac when you're out at the car or whatever you need to, a tool, it'll power tools. It's most useful for us though when camping. We plug the solar into it to keep it charged during the day, and it keeps our fridge nice and cold, our electric fridge, and we're able to power any small devices that we need to and charge up our phones really quickly with the fast charging. This is such a great battery from ECOFLOW.